Hello, Mrs. Sanchez. Thank you for this interview.
You're welcome.
We have limited publicity, extremely limited publicity. What's going on with TTIP?
What's going on? I think it's dying. It's dying slowly. It's losing It's losing a lot of supporters, no? Like some governments. Many members of the European Parliament also, they are changing their minds, and I think that this is a success of the social movements in the streets. Social movements that have made demonstrations in the street, but also in media, you know, in internet and so on. There's a big movement against TTIP, and media, for example, in Spain. It's impossible to have a debate on TTIP on television, on radio, and so on. They don't want to talk about it. But as time goes by, more and more people knows about it, and this is a success of the mouth speaking of the people, no? From mouth to ear. Yeah.
Was it so easy to stop this agreement?
No, it has not been easy at all. Since I arrived here 2.5 years ago, TTIP was a mystery, even for us, even for European members. It was very difficult to get information, to get to the documents, to get information from the negotiations, and so on. And we have been fighting a lot inside this camera, to make it a little bit more democratic. Yes, it's been a very long 2 years, 2 very long years, working only in this issue, you know, putting light into TTIP, explaining to the people the few things that I could discover, no, in the famous reading room. I think that the work is not done yet. Their supporters, they are going to work a lot and to fight a lot against its die, but we are in the good path.
And what do you think? Are we going to see a limited edition, a limited version of it, or we will see something different?
Yes, I am afraid that they are going to sell to us now another edition of TTIP, maybe taking out the more controversial issues like agriculture, like origin denominations of origin for our products, public procurement, and so on. So these things that are so controversial for the people, and especially the investor-state dispute settlement.
And what about the free zones? There are many areas that define themselves as free zones from TTIP, even in Greece, some regions or some municipalities. How can this be functioning in the future? Is it crucial? Is it realistic to?
No, it's only saying something. It's only it has no legal.
Yes.
But it has been so important that more than 2,000 municipalities all across Europe has been declared free TTIP and CETA zones. It's very important because when a municipality makes something like this, the information arrives to all the
audience,
neighborhood, to all the neighbors. So it's a only publicity, but it's a big pressure also for the European Commission.
Okay, but it was a stress test for EU, this agreement, the procedure that it's been followed all these years.
You know, for me, when I arrived here, for me it was amazing because I thought that I was coming to a democratic institution, you know. And when I was asking for information, for example, maybe to the chief negotiator, that is a Spanish guy, asking him something, and I had no answers, you know. I am a representative of many people, so I have the right to know, and I have the right to tell to the people and to my country and to my constituency what's going on here. It has been very, very tough.
Well, let's leave TTIP, let's go to Spain. There is a governmental crisis, about a year now. how about Podemos? How do they define themselves in this crisis where they're not the first?
Yes, that's true. But we have to be realistic and see that something has happened in the political arena in Spain, no?
In whole South Europe, I believe it's following some changes in all
Yes,
South Europe
course,
countries.
of course. But it has broken the stability. You know, we have two main parties. They were changing all the time in the government, and now it's impossible to make a government because we have broken this stability. No, that was a big lie because it was the same policies from both parties.
There were bigger expectations for Podemos. That's the truth.
Yes, this is true. But I think that also mass media, that is the fourth power, no? They make a big campaign, trying to make believe people that Podemos was growing and growing and growing.
Is it the third elections? Is it something else? What can we wait?
What can we wait? I don't know. We have to wait for the Socialist Party.
Okay.
We have to wait for them to do something. I mean, they are in the middle now of the decision. They have to decide if we go to a third round of elections, that the People's Party, the right wing, can win more votes, or they can try to build a lefty government.
Talk about immigration. There is a huge issue for EU, huge issue for many South European countries, especially for Greece, but it's a South European problem now. We have this policy of closed borders, and how can all these countries have an influence in EU policy at this issue?
Well, I think it's very important to have a common position from all these Mediterranean countries. Yeah, because our situation is absolutely different. It's not the same. I guess that people that live in North Europe or in Central Europe, they see this situation in the sea, in our coasts, and they see like a movie or something. No, they don't realize how real is this disaster.
Yes.
This human disaster. No. I spent my summer in the coast of Spain with my family and so on, and 2 days after coming here, 2 boats arrived to the same beaches that we spend all the summers here. So this is there are moments when you realize how realistic is the situation, no? And I think that we need a common position to do something. But the position, for example, from Hungary, Austria, let's see what's going on in Austria, let's see what's going on in the elections in Germany, and so on, because they are using the right-wing parties are using the fear and the terrorism to stop the help to people that need it. Well,
there's a conclusion of all this, discussion. We have two different positions in North and South Europe. We have the political system moving to the right at North Europe, and the political system moving to the left on South Europe. So what's going on, and how the Mediterranean countries have any influence in general at EU policy at this moment?
I think that we need to change governments. we need to change governments of all these countries, and but I think that our main task is to stop fascism in Central and North Europe. We need to stop this. I mean, I see that the situation is beginning a big problem, a very, very big problem that remembers old times, terrible times in Europe. No, but I listen sometimes here inside the plenary, right-wing members saying things that
yes,
it's not possible
Yes,
You know, we cannot permit that.
especially on Eastern Europe.
Yeah, we cannot do that.
Thank you very much, Ms.
Thank you.
Sanchez, for this interview.
It was a pleasure, and sorry for my English.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.